welcome all the grandparents and the parents of MM School to this auspicious occasion of Guru Purnima. Generally, there is a stigma or a taboo that whether a school should continue with the religious program or the school should play a neutral role in children's life. I have a different opinion. Sometimes it comes the most important part of our life to understand our own heritage and culture. If you look at the outside society and present generation, you will see that the empathy and the connectivity, the human connection, is becoming lesser and lesser these days. Guys, can you please be a little bit quiet? And the negative impact of losing the human connection is actually taking over the society's outcome. Couple of days before in Jantar Mantar, we heard that there was a student protest. They were protesting about something, that why the question papers have been leaked so again and again, and why the Ministry of Education is not taking any action against it. I am not going to the controversy whether that protest was correct or wrong. I am not going to that part. But what I am trying to say in here is, the parents, if you noticed, the body language of those students, the words they were using, the sentences they were using against our Honorable Prime Minister and so-called ministers and others, do you think it is justified? I personally believe it is not justified. And the worst thing is, they didn't have any remorse when they were saying that. One girl, I saw that the girl was distributing some food and she was telling that ye Modi ji ka terohi ka khana hai. How awful that kind of comment. If you don't believe in something, absolutely fine, we have the freedom of speech. But at least don't say something which is including our societal value, our parental value. So when I am running the institution of MM School, I personally think that my children, our children, should learn the value and the culture. In many of my speeches I have communicated that when I was in United Kingdom, I was in London, a part of Indian value was taught to the children of British education system, through the system. They learned what is called Gayatri Mantra in the morning. And there was a month dedicated, that was October month, which is called the Diwali month. That month, in every school in London, they used to sing Gayatri Mantra in the morning as a private morning prayer. So if they can take our heritage and our culture, why can't we do the same thing? A child learns from home. The charity begins at home. That is my belief in all of us. A child spends 6 to 7 to 8 hours in a school, but remaining all the time the child spends at home, along with the parents. So today's occasion is to learn, to make them learn about sharing the gratitude with the parents and grandparents, because they are the first gurus of a child's life. And then come the teacher and the society. Every school wants to stand alone from the rest of the other schools. Maybe the journey is young, maybe the number of students are less, but what we are actually teaching and guiding our students, probably I personally believe, as I am a part of CBSE observer, and I observe many of the schools in this vicinity, that this education, the moral and the ethics are missing in many of the schools because of the number. In here the number are less, that's why it is very easy for me and my team to monitor the students' upgradation individually. You have seen the musical performance today. Honestly ask yourself a question. that how many kids or how many schools actually can deliver this kind of flawless performance within 3 days, because until last Friday we had that PO1 exam. So the children could go for the rehearsal. After finishing the PO1 exam only, the children went for the rehearsal. And today what you are seeing, that is the outcome of this particular couple of days only. I love my children dearly, and only one thing I want from them, that they should become a good human being. Whether they are successful or not, that comes the secondary part of education. But if a child is becoming a good human being, my job is done and so is yours. Because this is how we are going to shape up the next generation. And I am immensely proud of my children. I love you guys dearly. One more thing I would like to point out, because this is an extraordinary achievement. Couple of days before, 23 children from my institution, boys and girls, they went to play CBSE cluster tournament in Asansol. It was nearly a 19-hour train journey from here to Asansol. It is a part of West Bengal. And our students played the match in there. I just wanted to say, 16 schools from Raipur went to play the same game. And the names, I cannot take the names, but big schools were also there with the capacity of more than 2,000 children. But why I am proud that my children, girls team, they cleared the first tournament, they cleared the second tournament, then they went to the quarter-final. Only one team from Chhattisgarh actually reached to the quarter-final out of all the other schools from Raipur, and that is MM school. We lost the game, thank you very much. We lost the game because two of our brilliant players, Shivani and Unnati, became injured while playing the game. And that's why our team became less number of students and they got disqualified for the quarter-final round, semi-final round. So why I am saying this, that the importance of discipline, importance of learning the value of teamwork and the patience and the commitment is more important than anything else. Today on the occasion of auspicious Guru Purnima, I send my respect and tribute to the entire MM teachers fraternity. With your support, probably I wouldn't have brought the changes that MM is now seeing. I send my regards to the admin team because of their flawless support to maintain the school. Thank you all of you, the parents and the grandparents. मैं नमन करता हूँ आप सभी लोगों को. मेरे तरफ से आपको हार्दिक नमन and श्रद्धांजलि on this auspicious day of Guru Purnima. Thank you very much.
Kids to please sit down. If your parents or grandparents were around. Thank you everyone. I hope all of you have received the love and gratitude prepared by our guests. So on such day and in such day, that we